Tonight, mayors unite to remind people to stay home this Easter, and a woman to face court for stealing vital protection equipment from a local hospital.
From our 7 Spencer Golf Studios, your nightly news with Louise Huber begins now.
Hello everyone. Councils across the region are reminding residents to stay home these Easter holidays in a bid to slow the spread of coronavirus. Campgrounds, skate parks and swimming pools have all been closed while caravan parks turn visitors away.
If you're thinking about visiting the Eyre or York Peninsula these holidays, think again.
The advice is stay home. Our health system can't cope with the coronavirus outbreak on the YP.
Councils across the region joining forces to echo the calls for people to stay home in a bid to slow the spread of coronavirus.
Whilst I understand normally we would be reaching out with open arms for visitors to come to the Eyre Peninsula, this is not the time at the moment.
Campgrounds, playgrounds, skate parks and swimming pools have all been closed. National parks have also banned all camping but will allow day visits, provided there's no more than 10 people and that you maintain the required distance of 1.5 metres.
Specifically being self-isolation myself for a period of time, you start to realise the importance of keeping everyone away from unnecessary travel and those sorts of things.
Councils say a virus outbreak could be catastrophic for regional towns, with many communities solely relying on one doctor and ambulance to service the area.
Respect the fact that we in regional areas have limited health capacity and community support capacity, and we need that for our own people.
In a small town like Tumby Bay, where a third of the population is over 65 years old and labelled a high risk of catching the disease, officials are pleading for people to not visit.
Potential for an outbreak is certainly a massive risk for us, so we need to minimise as much as we can. It's a real team effort, and together we're going to have to work our way through this.
It's another hard blow for the region's economy, which would usually see accommodation booked out during the holiday season.
Our concern would be Coffin Bay. The facilities are limited there.
Those who own holiday homes in the region are also being advised to stay away.
Look after our community, stay in Adelaide over this long weekend, and we'll get through this coronavirus and out the other side.
Nathan Regter, 7 Spencer Golf News.
In the midst of a global shortage of personal protective equipment, a 46-year-old Risdon Park woman is accused of stealing 100 face masks from the Port Pirie Hospital. Police say the woman took the masks when visiting the health centre on Tuesday, with the items on offer to the public as one per person. She was arrested yesterday and charged with aggravated theft. She was granted bail and will appear in court at a later date. A 25-year-old Wyler Stewart woman has been caught drink driving almost 5 times over the legal limit with 4 young children in the back seat. Police stopped the woman on Hinks Avenue just after 10 o'clock on Wednesday morning. SA Police says the woman had a suspended licence and 3 of the children weren't correctly restrained. Police seized a small amount of cannabis and issued the passenger with a fine. The driver was issued a 12-month driving ban and her car was impounded for 28 days. She'll appear in the Wyler Magistrates Court at a later date. The Far West Local Health District is dealing with another confirmed case of coronavirus in Broken Hill. Health authorities are reminding residents to not panic but to follow safety guidelines. Patrick Reinke has the story.
2 days after COVID-19 found its way into Broken Hill, a second case has been reported. The Far West Local Health District confirming that another Broken Hill resident had contracted the virus. While 7 Spencer Golf News understands the first case was a local woman returning from interstate travel, the Far West Local Health District at this time has not provided any details about the second individual, other than that person is currently in self-isolation.
We have done extensive contact tracing, that is people that the patient may have been in contact with during the time the infection was active.
It is also unknown at this point if the cases are connected. The organisation says locals should remain calm and continue to follow social distancing guidelines and travel restrictions.
Advising people to really do anything out of the ordinary other than what we've been advising, and that is self-isolation, minimise social contact with others.
Locals who have concerns about coronavirus are being encouraged to call the state's public health unit on 1300 066 055.
A new COVID-19 response team has been formed by Whyalla City Council to ensure locals stay safe during this pandemic. The team is also working alongside council members from across the region, making sure they spread a cohesive message.
A call for council to do more. Now a dedicated response team has been put in place to do just that.
The COVID-19 response team that was established by council to prepare and assist council in circumnavigating this unprecedented times that we're in.
Over the past few weeks, the team has been working under the government's new restrictions, spreading the same messages to locals via social media.
Council are supporting the federal and state authorities such as SA Health to ensure that this information is being relayed to the community.
This response team consists of executive management, human resources, communications and risk officers, all working alongside other regional councils to obtain the best possible outcome.
Councils across the state have been working together, we've been sharing information and collaborating to ensure that we can all support our communities and staff in the best and safest ways during these times.
The team working hard to monitor public safety by closing down public libraries and the visitor centre and adding more soap dispensers to public toilets.
Some of these facilities were not fitted with hand soap dispensers. However, many of these have now been installed and cleaners are checking soap levels daily.
Despite communities calling for information on where these cases are, SA Health says it cannot provide patient locations as a matter of privacy, saying the heat map it released on Tuesday shows areas of sectioned off local government boundaries. It has confirmed there are 5 to 9 cases in the Whyalla local government area, but cannot release the exact spots. Sophia Contagonis, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Still to come tonight, community members on the lookout to ensure fellow locals behave responsibly, and the first paperwork signed, ticking off a new EP grain facility. Welcome back. Members of the public are being urged to contact local police if they have concerns over people not complying with compulsory isolation measures. There have been claims that residents in Port Augusta aren't adhering to guidelines, with police reiterating that there are fines associated with breaking the rules.
The streets in Port Augusta empty, with many residents in the town either isolating or practising social distancing. However, there are concerns that there's a minority that are not taking these measures seriously, putting others at risk.
This is a very important situation. This is life-threatening for some people. So I encourage anybody that have had concerns that they approach the authorities and let them know.
Local police receiving calls to follow up on those who should be in isolation.
We've received a few, and a lot of calls also go through to ComSen. And the Police Operations Centre forwards out information to us to follow up as needs be.
Anyone found not complying will face fines.
There's 2 classes of penalties. The first one is $1,060. That's for a person who doesn't follow the directions from the state coordinator. And there's a bigger fine, which is $5,060, and that's for a body corporate.
The Mayor calling on everyone in town to take the measures seriously.
I've been through it. It's a long 14 days. It is tough, but I did it for the community. I encourage everybody else to do that also.
Applauding those who are doing the right thing.
All those people, I take my hat off to you on behalf of our community, that you're doing a great thing by following the rules and maintaining this virus as best you can.
Laura Milovanovic, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Many regional Indigenous communities around the country are under lockdown to protect members from coronavirus. The community of Davenport on the outskirts of Port Augusta is one of the communities prohibiting non-residents to enter. Penalties for unauthorised entry could include 5 years imprisonment or a fine of up to $63,000. The restricted access will remain until further notice. A local physiotherapy clinic has taken the step of offering video appointments to encourage vulnerable patients to stay home. It's urging residents to not miss out on vital exercise sessions while they're in isolation.
A difficult time for regional residents who need to attend important appointments, some in limbo due to surgery pushbacks.
Physiotherapists will need to play a large role in taking up the slack. for patients who may be unable to have elective surgery for pain conditions in the next 6 to 12 months.
This innovative clinic is bringing new ideas to the table by conducting crucial physio sessions in the safety of the patient's home.
Provided to our clients through a secured link that is created through our practice management software. Connects directly to a smart device such as smartphones, tablets, iPads, computer or laptop with microphone and video camera facility.
Staff say these video appointments through Telehealth will help both patients and staff
Continue to have treatment from the safety and comfort of their own homes, whilst making sure that their general health is also looked after during this COVID-19 crisis.
with privacy still paramount.
All telehealth services are encrypted and integrated within our practice management software. Therefore, there is nil chances of any breaches of privacy.
Online exercise classes will also be made available, encouraging those at home to get up and get active.
Your health is important, and we are happy to provide telehealth services to regional and remote South Australia.
More information can be found on their Facebook page. Shari Hams, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Export company Peninsula Ports has secured its first contractors for its planned multi-million-dollar grain facility on the Eyre Peninsula. Designs for the site are now underway with hopes to turn the first sod by mid-year.
A $200 million dream years in the making, now set to become a reality.
The major advantage with this particular port site is that it's closest to the highest yielding area, and there'll be significant freight savings for farmers associated with that.
Peninsula Ports signing up 2 contractors to help design and construct a new grain-only port facility.
We're actually storing the grain at the port, which means the grain doesn't get double-handled.
Initially, the site will include 10 bunkers that are 400 metres long, capable of storing more than 800,000 tonnes of grain. Adelaide-based engineering team Wallbridge Gilbert has begun drawing up initial concepts for the port.
We're also working with Bart Avcol as our civil and earthworks constructor, bringing them into that design process with Wallbridge and Gilbert to ensure that we get the best knowledge and experience that we can.
The deep-water jetty, the jewel in the port's crown, capable of accommodating large Panamax vessels, taking our product to markets overseas.
We have to move 300,000 cubic metres of rock in order to make the site satisfactory and to build a causeway out into the sea.
The port is set to cut out the middleman by offering farmers the ability to offload grain at the port instead of silos inland, which is set to save thousands of dollars.
We're avoiding all those costs, and in the end, the farmers of Eyre Peninsula will be advantaged out of that process.
Peninsula Ports is still waiting for government approval on its environmental plan, but says it's expected to turn the first sod by May. Nathan Regter, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Stay with us after the break. Charities call on people to still donate despite closures, but to do so responsibly. And businesses in Broken Hill supported to stay afloat. Hello again. As businesses across the Spencer Gulf fall victim to the pandemic, locals are being urged to support them any way they can. Those retail outlets include charity stores who've been forced to close their doors at a time when they're needed the most.
For many charity shops around the region, this is what customers are seeing at their doors. These shops critical to those in need.
Charity shops usually generate $550 million towards programs to help the most disadvantaged people in our community.
The National Association of Charitable Recycling is urging people to donate where possible.
If you find a donation bin is full, please have a look around for one that's operable. There's 10,000 across Australia.
And if they're full, they're saying, please don't just dump your items.
Because what that means is that becomes litter, and that forces a cost onto the charities who have to pay a waste contractor to remove it and send it to landfill.
There's hope that these stores will be able to reopen once the pandemic is over. However, it's already taking a toll.
One less meal they can provide to a homeless man. That's one less counselling session they can provide to a teen who may be depressed.
Prompting one united message.
Hey, come and shop with us. When they're all open again, come and shop with us. There's unique products there. They're affordable. You'll be making a social impact and an environmental impact, and you'll be buying some quality items as well.
Laura Milovanovic, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Anzac Day celebrations have been cancelled across the region. However, those who wish to keep the tradition alive can still do so. While there will be no organised crowds in Port Augusta this year, those wanting to lay a wreath at the War Memorial in Gladstone Square can do so in the morning. However, those choosing to must abide by government laws and maintain social distancing. Foundation Broken Hill is offering businesses that have received interest-free loans the opportunity to defer their repayments. The organisation says it's there to support the local economy the best way it can during the pandemic.
It's a challenging time for businesses. Foundation Broken Hill is here to help.
We will do anything within our power to support the community.
The impact coronavirus is having on local shops and stores is coming to the forefront as multiple operators close their doors. One business to close down, award-winning tourism attraction Outback Astronomy.
The astronomy business cannot operate and it's not going to operate for the best part of 6 months, possibly another 12 months before tourism bounces back to where it is.
As part of its support for local business, Foundation Broken Hill hands out interest-free loans. The money can help a business get off the ground or improve it. Outback Astronomy, for example, used its funding to purchase solar gazing equipment.
The interest-free loan has been absolutely fabulous because this equipment is very expensive. It had its own supply chain logistics coming out of the United States last year.
But any loan needs to be repaid, and with some recipients closing down temporarily and others doing it tough, the foundation is offering those a chance to stop payment.
Just defer the payments until we have another look at it in 3 or 4 months' time. Don't bother about worrying yourself about having to pay the foundation back at this stage. We'll catch up when the business returns to profitability.
Businesses that received a loan are being encouraged to call the foundation office for more information. Patrick Reinke, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
The final plank of Whyala's iconic loop jetty has been laid into place, completing all the major structure work. The 165-metre-long jetty is on track to finish mid-year and is gaining a lot of positive attention from locals.
A unique structure now forming the shape of a jetty.
The contractors have completed the major construction of the jetty with all the piles and all the decking in place.
The next stage consisting of finer details.
They're in the process of putting some electrical services in as well as the balustrade along the edge of the jetty and looking at starting the construction of the safe structures as well.
The jetty is on track to be completed mid-year, with the spread of the virus having little impact to the construction so far.
The contractors have been great. They've had everything ahead of schedule in terms of the materials they require. So everything they've required at this stage is on site.
When the jetty is complete, we see it obviously as going to be a tourist attraction for the city of Whyala.
Council says it's exciting to see this major milestone complete.
It, of course, will be a great boost also just for our own community to be able to access this wonderful piece of architecture and to use it, for all its great recreational purposes.
Council also remind the public to stay off the construction site while work is underway for safety reasons.
It's obviously a big project and a lengthy one at that, so appreciate the patience, and Council are looking forward to opening this jetty in the near future.
Sophia Contagonis, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Stay with us. Coming up after the break, a message from our crew, and we'll have the weather with Brit. Hello again. Now time to take a look at what's happening in the weather for the coming days. Here's Brit.
Thanks, Louise. We saw showers about the region today. Port Augusta reaching 29 degrees, Whyala and Port Pirie 28, Broken Hill 27, Port Lincoln 21. From the satellite, we can see a complex low crossing the region today, bringing patchy cloud and some showers. Tomorrow, another low bringing westerly winds on the waters, tending to the southwest, seas at 2 to 3 metres, with sunrise just before 7:30 in the morning. Mostly fine at Port Augusta tomorrow, a top of 21 degrees. Whyala, similar conditions and 20. Broken Hill with strong winds expected, also 20. Woodna and Corn both cloudy and 19. Showers forecast for Port Pirie and Kadina, also 19. Showers about the lower Eyre Peninsula as well. Port Lincoln and Coffin Bay both with tops of 18 degrees tomorrow. Cleve, windy and 17. Clare, 14. Taking a quick look further ahead now, Port Lincoln with showers expected on Sunday, fine and partly cloudy on Monday. Cleve the reverse, fine on Sunday with showers on Monday. A cloudy Sunday at Woodner ahead of a fine start to the new week. Fine and partly cloudy conditions expected at Whyalla and Port Augusta over the coming days. Kadina with showers on Sunday, looking fine Monday and Tuesday. Showers at Port Pirie Sunday and Monday. Clare showers across the weekend, but looking cloudy on Monday. Broken Hill partly cloudy on Sunday with similar conditions into the new week. And Louise, that's all from me. Stay safe, keep in touch with your loved ones and enjoy your weekend.
Lovely, thank you for that, Brett. And the team at 7 Spencer Golf News is taking a break for the next 2 weeks as we do our bit to help flatten the curve. Our team members who've worked to bring the latest information to you have some tips on how you can do your bit.
Make sure you only leave the house for essential reasons: school, work, shopping for the home, medical appointments, and of course, like me, a bit of exercise.
It's important to practice good hygiene to stop the spread of infections by washing your hands thoroughly with soapy water as often as possible.
And we're all so used to going out for coffee with friends, but why not make one at home and connect on FaceTime?
And while you're home, remember to make the most of family quality time with some fun activities.
And if you need to go out for some essential items, make sure you stay 1.5 metres away from other people.
So from all of us, we wish you a very happy and safe Easter. We'll be back with you on the 20th of April. Good night.